Welcome to Mega Talk. We're still the talk show in boxing. I was just listening to an interview by Dave Allen on BBTV. He announced that he will be fighting Frazer Clarke on the 2nd of September 2023 at the Manchester Arena. Dave was trying to fight for the British title, but he wasn't able to get the bout. He was trying to get the belt against Fabio Wardley for the British Championship, but he was unable to get that fight. He's been able to get the fight against Frazer. Interesting. It's interesting because Dave has always struck me, and I don't know about you, as a very nice guy, as a guy who people root for because he's very quiet, very down to earth, but as always struck me as somebody who's never worked hard enough. You know, when you're at school, for those people who didn't do that well at school, and the teacher says, your son's very good, but he could work harder. He's a bit like that. Or your son's a very nice son, but he needs to work harder. Dave has always struck me as that kind of person, and to be totally honest, I'm surprised that Dave's even taking this fight because he had a good win over Lucas Browne. He got Lucas Browne with a body shot. And Lucas Browne was in the latter part of his years. I know he was 28-1 at that time when he fought him. So I know he only lost the one time, but Lucas had seen better days by then. Anyway, he beat him. But we all know what happened when he fought David Price. David Price, I thought he dislodged something in Dave Allen's head because he hit him and it was like a delayed reaction. And all of a sudden, the fight was stopped. He received a lot of damage through that fight. And that is back in 2019. And that was his last meaningful fight. We're talking 2023 now. That's 4 years. And if you remember at that time, I think it was just before that fight or just after that fight, I can't remember which one, Dave Allen was sparring against Alexander Usyk, the unified heavyweight champion of the world. And when he sparred him, he done exactly the same thing. He says that Usyk had knocked him out for a split second, and that's when he came to the realization that he needed to quit boxing. Dave's saying that he's coming back for the money. He's coming back because he enjoys it, and I understand that. He thinks he's good enough, and I've known for years and years and years and years that Dave has always wanted to become a British champion. He's fought some very, 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 very good fighters. Lewis King Kong Ortiz, Dillian Whyte, Jason Gavern. Back in the day, these were Leroy Thomas, which was okay. You know, so he's fought some good fighters. He fought Tony Yoka. So we know he did lose against Tony Yoka. We know he's fought some good fighters, but since David Price, he's fought, I don't even need to read the people's names. Let me just read their records. 12 wins, 11 losses. He's fought a next fight, 7 wins, 13 losses. Next fight, I think this one was a 4-rounder. 5 wins, 8 losses. And his last fight, 2 wins, 8 losses, and that was a 6-rounder. And now you're telling me he's going to step up to a 10 or a 12-round fight? Because it's got to be at least a 10-rounder, because Frazer Clarke needs a 10-rounder to be entitled to fight against a British Championship. And I think that was a little bit of the reason why he never fought for the British title. Frazer Clarke is on a mission. I think the one thing that Dave has got as an advantage is definitely experience. I've seen Frazer Clarke and he definitely needs more experience. You know, his first few fights I wasn't really that impressed with, but his last couple or 3 fights, you can definitely see the improvement. So I'm not really sure if it's a good idea for Dave to have been given the opportunity to fight this fight with such little ring activity. He's been given a chance. I just hope that he doesn't get really hurt in the ring. We know that he's tough, but it's not about toughness. We know that he's a great sparring partner because a lot of people have said that he's the best at sparring, but this is not a sparring competition and you're not in there to be a punch bag. So I will definitely be watching out for this one. It's not been announced officially yet, so things could still go wrong. But for now, it's at the Manchester Arena on the 2nd of September. Dave Allen versus Frazer Clarke. Thank you all for listening to Mega Talk. Please remember to subscribe. Please press the like button. But please also remember, give your comments and tell me who you think will win and the reasons why. Do you think I've been a bit harsh on Dave Allen, or do you think what I've said is true? Thank you. You've been listening to Mega Talk. Welcome to Mega Talk. We're still the talk show in boxing.